Hey, it's Eunice, and this is Nurtured to Nurture, NTN. And you know what we do here? We allow ourselves to be nurtured so we can nurture our children, our teenagers, and our young adults. Hey, don't forget to share, to like us, bring your comments and your questions in. We are here for all of them. And I want to say that thank you so much for your support, for watching my videos. Thumbs up to you all. Okay, so I'm going to be doing a 3-part video titled Parental ID. Yes, parental ID. And for this episode, it's called, Do You Have Your ID? Do you have your ID? So I went to college the other day and I had a case study interview. I got to the college early. I was not actually worried about the interview itself, but because I got there early, I was getting a bit nervous about the waiting time. So I decided to go to the computer room and look around. And I was looking around and I was looking around at the posters and one poster caught my eye. It had a student holding their ID and the inscription, "Without your ID, you are not you. Without your ID, you are not you." And I stood there and I thought, wow, that's powerful. Because if you're a student and you came without your ID, you will not be allowed access into the building. You're not even recognized as you. So I stood there and I thought, wow, this is so powerful. And that took me back to another video that I watched from Dr. Sam of TGM. Hello, Dr. Sam. And he was saying that he is a doctor and he was showing his ID badge. He says that when he goes to work and without his ID, he will not gain access into the building. Although he has other instruments that you can tell that he's a doctor, without his ID, he will not be allowed to enter the building or any other part of the hospital at all. So in those two instances, you'll find out that the ID itself, the identity itself, it gives you access and it qualifies you. Without your ID, you're not qualified for access. And that means that you're not trusted to be given entry into the building. But when you actually have your ID, you can walk in confidence to any part of the building because you have your ID. And so it makes me wonder and it makes me think, as parents, are we walking in our ID? Do we have our ID? Do we know who we are? Do we have our identity? Because when you don't know who you are and you don't walk in your identity, you have a weak foundation. And a weak foundation means that you lack the confidence to walk in the identity and to live the life that you were created to live. And what happens is that you you transfer that foundation. That's where you nurture your children from a weak foundation. And it doesn't stop there. You transfer that kind of weak identity to your children and they also pass it on to their own children. That is it. So today, the question is, do you have your identity? Do you know your identity? Or you're walking and living a life that says that I don't know my identity, I don't have my identity, and so I live anyhow, I live to please people, and I'm just there doing anything that anyone is doing. I'm living my life with no intentionality. Stop today and question yourself and ask yourself, do I have my ID? And as I've said, it's so important to know your ID because that confidence of knowing your ID will help your children as well. So do you have your ID? That's the food for thought. I'll see you on the next episode and we will have a good time on that one too. Don't forget to like, share and bring your comments in, and also you can check us out on essence.org. Thanks for watching and always remember, love is patient, love is kind.